Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Practical English Podcast. My name's Mike.
And I'm Angela. We are so happy you've joined us today. We have a really useful episode for you, something that will help you talk about the past in a much more natural way.
That's right, Angela. Today we're diving into a very common and very important phrase in English, used to.
Exactly. We use it all the time. Used to helps us talk about things that were true in the past but are not true anymore. Think about your childhood, your old jobs, or old hobbies. This phrase is your best friend for those conversations.
In today's episode, which is perfect for our A2 to B1 level learners, we are going to make used to super easy.
That's the plan. By the end of this episode, you will learn how to use used to in positive sentences, how to form negative sentences, and how to ask questions.
And we'll give you plenty of real-life examples so you can hear how it sounds in a natural conversation. So, are you ready to get started, Angela?
I am ready. Let's jump right in. Okay, so let's begin with the basics, the positive form. This is the most common way you'll hear used to. The structure is simple. You take the subject, add used to, and then add the base form of the verb.
Subject plus used to plus the verb. Got it. So can you give us an example?
Of course. A great example is, I used to live in London.
I used to live in London. Okay, so let's break that down. What does that sentence tell us?
It tells us two things. First, in the past, I lived in London. Second, and this is very important, I don't live in London now. The action is finished. It's in the past.
Right. It's a past situation that has changed. So if I say I used to play guitar, it means I played guitar in the past, but now maybe I'm too busy or I lost interest. I don't play it anymore.
Exactly. That's a perfect example, Mike. Here's another one for our listeners. She used to work in an office.
She used to work in an office. So now maybe she works from home, or she changed careers, or maybe she retired. The main point is her situation is different now.
Precisely. This is great for talking about past habits, too. For instance, Mike, what's something you used to do as a child?
Oh, that's a great question. Let me think. I used to build amazing things with Legos for hours. I had a huge box of them.
I can totally picture that. So you don't build with Legos anymore?
Not so much. I wish I had the time. So I used to build with Legos, but I don't now. What about you, Angela?
I used to ride my bicycle everywhere, to school, to my friends' houses, to the park. It was my main way of getting around.
And now you drive a car, I assume.
Right. Life changes. So for our listeners, think about your own childhood or your life 5 years ago. What did you used to do? What did you used to like? It's a fantastic way to practice.
Definitely. And remember the pronunciation. It's subtle. We don't say used to. It sounds more like used to. The D sound blends with the T. I used to live in London.
That's a great tip, Mike. Used to. Let's say our examples again with that pronunciation. I used to ride my bicycle.
I used to build with Legos.
She used to work in an office. It flows much better that way.
It really does. Okay, I think we've covered the positive form pretty well. Shall we move on to the negative? How do we say that something was not true in the past?
Let's do it. This is where a lot of learners make a small mistake, so it's a great point to focus on.
All right, so for the negative form, we need to bring in a helping verb. Just like with the simple past, that helping verb is did. So the structure is subject plus didn't plus, and this is the important part, used to, and then the verb.
Okay, so let me stop you there because you said it perfectly. Didn't used to, not didn't used to. Can you explain why the D disappears?
Yes, this is the key. The word didn't already puts the sentence in the past. It's doing the hard work for us, so we don't need to add the ed or d to use. The main verb goes back to its base form, so it's always didn't used to.
That makes perfect sense. One past tense marker is enough. So could you give us an example sentence?
Sure, let's take something simple. I didn't used to like coffee.
I didn't used to like coffee. This is a great example because it implies that now you do like coffee. The situation has changed.
Exactly, and it's true. When I was a teenager, I thought it tasted terrible. Now I can't start my day without it. So I didn't used to like coffee.
I'm the same with spicy food. I didn't used to eat anything spicy, and now I put hot sauce on everything.
See? It's perfect for showing how we change over time. Here's another one. He didn't used to watch TV.
He didn't used to watch TV, so in the past, he preferred reading or other hobbies, but maybe now he has a favorite series he watches every night. The habit has changed.
That's it. Let's do one more for we. We didn't used to travel much.
We didn't used to travel much. This implies that now we travel more often. Perhaps we saved money or have more vacation time.
That's right. So for our listeners, let's practice this. Think about yourself 10 years ago. What is something you didn't do then that you do now? For example, Angela, what's something you didn't used to do?
Okay, I have one. I didn't used to wake up early. I loved sleeping in. But now, with my job, I'm up at 6 a.m. every day.
That's a big change. I have one too. I didn't used to listen to podcasts. I always listened to music in the car. But now, of course, I love them.
That's a great one. So to recap for everyone listening, the negative form is subject plus didn't plus used to plus verb. Remember, no D on use.
Perfectly summarized. So we've done positive sentences and negative sentences. I think it's time to learn how to ask questions.
Yes, let's complete the set. Asking questions is how we get these interesting stories from people. Okay, so for questions, we follow a very similar logic to the negative form. We need that same helping verb did, but this time it comes at the beginning of the sentence.
Right, so the structure is did plus the subject plus, and I bet I know this one, used to, again, right?
You got it, exactly. Just like in the negative form, did is already in the past, so we just need used to, not used to. So the full structure is did plus subject plus used to plus verb.
Okay, that's clear. Can you give us an example?
Sure, let's use one of our first examples. Did you used to live here?
Did you used to live here? That's a very natural question. You might ask a friend who you meet in your old neighborhood.
Exactly. And the answer would be, yes, I did, or no, I didn't. Simple. Here's another one. Did she used to play tennis?
Did she used to play tennis? This is a great way to ask about a past hobby of hers.
That's a perfect context. Let's do one more. Did they used to work together?
Did they used to work together? This is a great way to ask about the history of two people's relationship.
It is. Let's practice this a bit. I'll ask you a question, Mike. Did you used to have a nickname in school?
Oh, interesting question. Yes, I did. My friends used to call me Mikey. Not very creative, I know.
Classic. Okay, your turn to ask me one.
All right, Angela, did you used to collect anything when you were a kid?
Yes, I used to collect stickers. I had a huge album full of them, all different kinds.
That's cool. See how easy it is to start a conversation with these questions? They're really good for getting to know people better by asking about their past.
It's true. So for our listeners, try asking a friend or a language partner some did you used to questions. You might learn something surprising.
That's a great piece of homework. Okay, so we've covered the positive, the negative, and the question forms. Let's talk a little bit more about when we should use this phrase. What are the best situations?
That's a good idea. We've mentioned a few already, but let's put them all together. The most common situation is talking about your childhood. It's full of things that we used to do. I used to believe in Santa Claus, or we used to play outside all day.
Right. Childhood memories are a perfect fit. Another great one is past habits or routines. These are things you did regularly over a period of time. For example, I used to go to the gym 3 times a week, implying that I don't anymore.
That makes sense. Also, we can talk about major life changes, like past jobs or where you lived. My brother used to be a teacher, but now he's a writer. Or we used to live in a small apartment before we bought our house.
Exactly. It's all about that contrast between the past and the present. It highlights a change. The important thing is that it's not for a single event. You wouldn't say, I used to go to Paris last year. For a single completed action, you just use the simple past. I went to Paris last year.
That is a crucial point, Mike. Thank you for clarifying. Used to is for a state or a repeated action over a period of time in the past, not a one-time event.
You got it. So think of it as painting a picture of the past, showing what life was like over many months or years, and how it's different now.
I love that way of thinking about it, painting a picture of the past. Well, I think we have made used to very, very easy today.
You know, Angela, there's a common point of confusion for learners that we should probably talk about. It sounds very similar to used to, but it's completely different.
I think so too. We've gone from the basics to the details with plenty of examples. Shall we do a quick summary of the key points for everyone?
Let's do it. A final recap. All right, everyone, here is your quick summary of used to. First, the positive form. The structure is subject plus used to plus verb. For example, I used to play the piano. This means I did it in the past, but I don't do it now.
Second, the negative form. The structure is subject plus didn't used to plus verb. Notice it's use with no D. An example is, she didn't used to like vegetables. This means in the past she didn't, but now she does.
And third, the question form. The structure is did plus subject plus used to plus verb. Again, use with no D. For example, did they used to live in this city?
And remember, we use it to talk about past states and habits that are finished and no longer true. It's perfect for talking about childhood, old jobs, and how you've changed over time.
And that's everything you need to know to start using used to with confidence. We hope this episode was helpful for you all. Practice is key, so try to make your own sentences. Think about your own past.
It really was a great topic, and we'd love to hear from you.
That's right. If you enjoyed this episode of the Practical English Podcast, please follow our channel, like this episode, and write in the comments what you would like to listen to in the next episode. We read all of your suggestions.
Thank you so much for listening today. Until next time,
Speak clearly.
speak professionally.
Speak with confidence.